How you doing? Fletch here, enjoying a nice, hot, sticky day in the old Twin Cities of Minnesota. Went to the fitness center today, worked out with my coach. That went well. Again, he beats me up, and I love it. I actually pay him money to beat me up, so I'm okay with that. Today we're going to talk about something that we just don't talk about a lot. And it's happening more and more and more every day. Yes, hugging. I know you don't talk about it a lot, but it's on the rise. And I'm not a hugger. Kind of terrifies me. I was born in 1960. Grew up in the 60s and the 70s. Typical family. We didn't hug. Wasn't the thing. I don't know if anybody then did it back then, as far as I know. I know our family didn't. So, as we aged, family got a little bit bigger. I started seeing somebody. I had a fiance, and she had a son. 8 years old, I think Vince was at the time. Brought him in. Brought them both in Christmas. It was great. Kids, brothers and sisters, my folks, all gathered around. Vince got his first present and opened it up. He was ecstatic, as you would think. And he did something that changed our family forever. He hugged somebody. My gosh. We were in shock. Quiet. He went around to everyone and gave them a hug. Changed our lives. He still, as I see him today, he runs up to me and gives me a big old hug. I don't see him very often because he lives out in Colorado, but when I do, I know I'm going to get a hug. And I'm okay with that. It's family. I get it. As our family's gotten bigger, there's more and more hugs as we get together. Not my favorite thing to do. Yes, I do hug. And I'm okay. Yes, I'm okay with it. I guess I'm not okay with new acquaintance hugs. That first time you meet somebody and they're huggy and they don't know I'm not huggy, and then they come and you can see them coming. They're walking towards you. You got that hand just ready for a nice, good old handshake. It's coming. I'm bringing it out. And then you see from a distance as they come and approach you, arms are wide open. Panic sets in. Sweat is coming down my head. You have a split second to make that decision how to hug them. Okay, going this way? Do I do that way? Split second, by the way. And as you approach them, then you start thinking, and that gets you in all kinds of trouble. For me, it does. And do I go to the left with my head, or do I dive to the right? So I make a quick decision. I think you're always right when you go to the right. And then you come up, and if it's a female, you don't know them very well. It's like, okay, all right. Well, even a guy. I'm not a huggy. So you get it all right. In that split second, you made the right decision. Congratulations. So you give them the hug, head goes to the right, they get beard burn, sorry, and then you have to make the next decision. How many pats on the back? One, just an acquaintance. Two, you see them every once in a while. Three, it's full-fledged family. You're okay with that. Or is it a tap out? Maybe that's what it is. One, acquaintance. Two, you know them. Three, I gotta get the heck out of here. I'm tapping out. So you can break it off. Somebody made the decision to break it off. Yes. And then there's the hugs that I'm not inviting on hugs either. I'm like, they don't look at me and go, I gotta hug that dude. I'm the complete opposite. They look at me and they go, oh, I gotta hug this guy. All right. Funny, at the fitness center today, I'm talking to my coach. I'm telling him what I'm going to talk about on my channel. And I go, just walk up to a person, see if you when you hug them, what kind of reaction you get. So he goes up to one of his regulars. And I didn't hear his conversation because I was in the distance. And he goes, then you see him give him the half hug. And I think she was only invited in a half hug. And he comes walking over laughing. I told him, I guess right away, I go, she was subconscious, didn't want to hug you because she thought she was all sweaty. And she just didn't want to hug you. She said she wasn't. Yeah, he had confirmed it. So she didn't want the hug. She gave him the half a hug because, she's all sweaty, I get it. And then he did ask her, yes, she was a huggy person, just at that time she didn't want to. So I'll probably, I'm going to meet up with a friend next weekend. I haven't seen him for 10, 15 years. And I know he's not the huggy type. So it's like, okay, do I go in with that hand just ready to go? Give him the handshake? I think that's going to go. Look at me. I'm already starting to plan it. And heck, it's not until 5-6 days away, and I'm already going, okay, how do I greet him? Do I give him the handshake and lean in and pat him on the back? I don't know. He's not the type. He's kind of like me. It's like, I don't need that. So, yeah, that's sad when I got to plan 3-4 days. Just, good to see him, but then I got to plan to hug him or handshake him. I know he's a regular handshaker. That I can count. I know it. It's not the over the top one. It's probably the straightforward handshake. So, and another thing too is you can usually tell the character of a guy, the handshake. You come up and give him a handshake and it's pretty good and firm. It's a confident guy. Probably good to see you, but he's also confident and wants a little more pressure just to leave that, hey, good seeing you. He's in confidence in what he does. I ran into not an acquaintance, but a guy. I don't want to go down that road, but I came up to him. I offered, straight hand out, gave me the handshake. It was limp. It was like a wet towel handshake. Come on, dude. Maybe his dauber was down. I don't know. So you kind of leave that. He leaves the impression. It's like, okay, not a lot of confidence. Hope everything's going well. I don't know him very well. I've known him for a few years, but hope everything's good. I know he had a major setback half a year ago, but yeah, strange. The power of a handshake, how it can leave you, an impression of the person. Um, I'm a Minnesota Viking fan. We used to have a running back named Adrian Peterson. And the rumor has is his handshake was like a vice. And people would walk away just going, my gosh, that hurt. So he did leave an impression when he did the handshake. Hate to see him give a hug. My gosh. Guess another thing that makes me cringe on the hugging. Remember, I'm not a hugger. Pro athletes. What's with the hugging? It's increased over the years, just like normal everyday life. Hugging. Sweaty hugs, too. Icky. They hug before the game. They hug after the game, after they get their rear ends kicked, too, which I don't understand. I like competition. If you don't like your competitor, don't hug them afterwards. Give them your jersey, It's like, come on, guy, you gotta get a room or what? But hugging. We just had the soccer tournament go on, and Spain did win it over Argentina. I liked there was a whole lot of hugging afterwards. The reason is that was a tough loss for the second place Argentina. They weren't very respectful. They should have been their character. Yeah, I get it after a loss, but if they don't hug, they don't hug. That's okay. They're trying to beat the heck out of them, and they lost. They don't, they want to move on. Another thing, too, is the pro football players. Huggy after the games. Why is it the quarterbacks have to seek out each other to get a hug in? I don't get that part. So they should, line them up. Receivers, tight end, lineman, center, lineman, receiver, running back, each side after the game, and then hug it out. Well, that way they can find each other. I think a couple of games you see the quarterbacks running around the field trying to find the other quarterback. And also, too, is it required? Is it in the player's contract? I don't know. I don't think so. Again, you get your brains bashed in, you lose the game, say the Super Bowl, you don't feel like huggy congratulations. Yeah, maybe it'll slap of the hands, hey, congrats, move on. But if he doesn't show up, if the opposing, the losing quarterback does not talk to or hug out the winning quarterback, who cares? It does turn into be a big thing. Heck, you could probably bet on it. Who wins? Okay, is a quarterback's going to hug in within the first minute? In 2 minutes? Or are they going to hug it all? We're to the point you can gamble on anything. That's a whole other subject we could talk about, but that might be way down the road. That's fun. I looked up the different types of hugs to the decision. There's the one where you don't know what each other one's going to do. You kind of duel it out. You do. Just going to do this. Is he going to do this? Again, a pat. Left arm. What do? The arm trap. You hug somebody and you get locked in. Like a wrestling move. You didn't try to, but it happened. And it's, you got to get people to break you up, and it gets a little messy. Double pat, that's the one where, do I do the single? Do I do the double or I tap out completely? I'm done. 3 taps. No more. You ain't getting any more that that day or after afterwards. The long hugger. Oh, I've had a few of those. You know, you just you hug, and I get their heartbeat rate for them. It's been that long. Let's break it up, please. Don't want to do this anymore. The sweaty hug. I probably took that at the fitness center today. If you got an ounce of moisture on your arm, I'm not gonna hug you. Let alone a handshake that's sweaty. Oh my gosh. And then the family get-togethers. That's a lot of hugs. That's a large quantity of hugs you got to go through. So, how about the airport hug? Why is it when you drop somebody off, they're on their 4-day excursion to Las Vegas, you got to pick them back up 4 days later, they hug you. You were gone 4 days. I'm not going to hug you. I'll pick you up. I'll come down here at 2, 3 in the morning, but I don't want a hug. $20 bill would be nice. How about the group hug? That's a little complicated. You get more than 2 people to hug at once? That's a little bit weird. There's probably alcohol involved in that one. Thank God I don't drink anymore. How about the old chair hug? You're sitting down, the person comes up to hug you, you got a belt buckle on your face. I don't need that. All right? How about this one? This is the one I get a lot, the problem. The old glasses hug. Yeah, you come up, you get it right, you get your right head off to the side, the right side, and you come away like this. Like you were in a battle royal with a wrestler. Hey, I brought up the beard one. I take the makeup right off their face. Try not to do that. How about I'm an introvert, and then you go hugging all those, that's a lot of energy, a lot of displaced energy that I can't recoup without going back home and getting some sleep in. Oh. Mine's a medical excuse too. I can try to use that, but it's difficult. You come up, and I don't have any core muscles in my midsection. My top half goes down. If I lean forward, there's nothing stopping it except a body. So when I do hug, try to stay upright. Don't hold them real tight. And if I happen to go forward and I can't stop, oh crap, now I'm, poor innocent female and I'm leaning into it. I don't mean to. Sorry. Just, I got no core muscles. They don't understand it. What are you going to do? So I try to warn them. They don't listen. Hugs got to be done. So, was it a boomer rant? Yeah, it was. Don't want to cause any harm or anything. Just the way I feel. That's the way I grew up. We didn't hug. And we could go down the road about I love yous too, but because that one's increasing for everywhere too, about the athletes and everybody else. You hear a lot more I love yous. Didn't grow up that way. So again, I don't hug. Right? Wrong? I don't know. Just me. Hopefully you don't see me in the street and you come running up to give me a hug. Then I know you've watched this vlog. So, how about a good old handshake from Fletch and keep it simple? If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. But hit the like button. Leave a comment and about your thoughts about hugging, handshakes, or anything else. Again, until the next time, take care.